people. Again, like I said, this is very disturbing because it is currently right now 5 5:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I went back to this instrument to see if they updated it as far as current time going backwards, and no, it's still the same. And I knew people would try to. Let me just say this to y'all. The one thing about Kala is that this is why I cross all my T's and dot my I's all the time, because I know that there are people watching my videos that are waiting for me to make a mistake. They are looking for me to be wrong. And I don't understand why, because I'm damn sure not going to be wrong, and I'm not looking to be right. I'm just looking and always moving forward into righteousness. The sun is affecting the prokaryotic cell as well as the eukaryotic cell. It's just affecting the eukaryotic cell more because they're unnatural to the planet. The sun really don't want to kill them. It's actually wanting to heal them. But because the way they were genetically modified, it goes against universal law. So their cells, aka DNA, is structured in a way that they are fused together with using different animal genes in order to make one living organism. The universe says no, everything is a single unit that works for self, that actually inverts work for something else. You are always working for self, but in your selfness that you are working, you are actually working for others. This world has taught you to work for self and take from others. That's the issue. And the sun said, no, we're no longer doing that at all. The universe says that is not happening anymore. So I know people look to make sure he's wrong. Look, I tell you, he's wrong about this. Look, even down to the fact that this right here, the time, 21:33, right? Now, anybody know military time, it starts just like a regular clock. That's why they say it's 24 hours in a clock. 1 o'clock a.m. is 1 o'clock in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get to 12 o'clock and in 12 noon, and then it turns to 1 o'clock again. That's 1,300 hours. 1,400 hours. So it goes on all the way till we got to 21:33. I said 8:33. People, and some people did it in a genuine and righteous manner, and I understand that, but for the most part, was that really the issue that I said 8:33 versus 9:33? Was that really the main key here when looking at the sun right now? Literally the sun right now is people literally. Let me just say this to you. You can look at the sun as two things right now: a healer or a killer. This is what's going on now, to the point that cancer is on a severe rise. Marco cell carcinoma underneath the neuroepiderm of the skin, ovarian cancer, where though the reproduction has been cut completely down. The reproduction, the Asian race. This is why they reaching out to black men, because the sun is sterilizing them. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be again. When they were first genetically modified, they weren't allowed to create a group of species that can reproduce. But what they do, they had to break you in order for you to breathe life into them. This way you get Mother's Day and Father's Day. This is all shit that's made up for primitive species that have no clue in the environment in which they are in. They have been willing to accept anything that makes them look better in any type of light. And it's in the light, the true light is the sun. And what you have been doing to try to look right in the light is really darkness. What you think is light is really darkness. It is so much darkness on this planet, from the animals that has been genetically modified and created, to the species, to the whole organism, human, that has been genetically modified and created. The language that we speak, English language, is a language that put blockages on your brains to keep it from growing and developing. The English language. See, everybody think it's just a language. It's a frequency first. To the people that are slow, everything is a frequency. Everything is a vibrator. Anything that all matter is a frequency. All matter. So the sounds that come out of your mouth are forms of matter. Electromagnetic wavelength. These are matter. These are frequencies. It touch the electrical. My voice frequency touches your ear, hits your cochlea, takes that message travels it to your brain. Your brain computes that into what I am saying to you through electrical impulses, through what you call synapses. How this here is it once you, this is why I said they had to keep us away from science. This is all it is. They had to keep you away from science. They had to beat you and abuse you and break you all away from science in order for us to be in the state and conditions that we are in. And this is why my people are so afraid. My people, it's easier for my people to pull out a gun and shoot you over a parking spot. It's easier for my people to ball up their fists and punch you in your fucking face, or because you don't agree with what they're saying. It is so easy for our people to even to point out the fact that the wrong about the UT time. Like, it's so easy for us to point out these things and want to harm our people verbally and physically. Motherfuckers would rather do that than to learn a new anatomy word, to literally learn and to pronounce a new anatomy word. Jokers have no problem taking your vessel, but are afraid to pick up a book and actually read the words and understand them and look up the definitions of them. That's how afraid, and these are the cowards that should not even be on the planet. You are the ones that are holding us back. You are holding us back. And guess what? The world, the universe is in the sun here. Is now time for the cleansing. It is time for the cleansing. Because this right here is dramatically disturbing, that they literally are not giving any more data past that right there. What is literally going on right now with the dome, the planet, the sun, and on the nighttime side of the planet? What is actually taking place here? And this is going to be this is definitely going to cause certain things to move on the planet, aka earthquakes. This is changing. This is even having residual effects on everything that's taking place with the planet is taking place with the human species, or all living organisms. Pause. So they kept this information down for a little bit, my people. And again, this is the Schumann resonance. So we look over here. Let me zoom in. You see that right there, 7/28/2024. Over here, I did this before on live, so you can go look at my video. The Schumann resonance should be vibrating. The Schumann resonance should be vibrating no higher than right here, 7.86. It shouldn't go past 8 for real. That's where the Schumann resonance was at for the last thousands of Gregorian calendar years. And this represents a slow, docile. This is pretty much sleep psychologically. This is what this is. The Schumann resonance has been spiking, the Schumann resonance has been spiking past 40 hertz. This has been tripling, to be honest with you. This has been spiking past 40 hertz. And I did a full video on what the Schumann resonance is and how it connects to your how it connects to us biologically, as well as our pineal gland. And look at these spikes off the chart, my people. Look at these spikes. Look at this shit. These white spikes right here, my people. Oh my goodness. Look, so let me just tell you this. So even if you see how these white spikes right here, they thick right here, and then they thin out a little bit going down here. So even when they thick right here, you know how you go over here and I told you that the 7.83, these thick ones, these thick short ones right here, these are quadruple. And then to see this right here, this whole band of snow right here, wow. This right here has residual effects on the human anatomy. More importantly, the psyche and both anatomically and the psyche. This plays a major role on that. And they shut the website down that actually gave a full breakdown, because I did this already, a full breakdown in the Schumann resonance, your central nervous system, your pineal gland, everything. And they understood this, and they understood the message that was being released, and people started pulling up the website, and I see they shut that down. But pause, next. Here we go again, my people. Look at this. Look at this right here. What I tell you, they can't do nothing about this. They can't do nothing about this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all long durations, just so that you know, my people. But I just do it like that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 X flares, my people, and they're only going to increase. That's it. And what does these particles do to your anatomy? What does this do to DNA? huh? It changes, it can damage your DNA, causes mutations. So just so that you know, every time people go out in the sun like, hey man, I ain't nothing happened to me, but you got a little sunburn, or your body flame up like reddish, because even though it may not be sore, but your body flamed up, irritation, it turned red, right? Those cells are no longer alive. Majority of those cells are dead, and what happens is the ones that don't die off, they mutate, understand and overstand. So people think this is supposed to take place overnight. No, they're mutating. Your body is breaking down. So now when one day the sun is going to rise, and your body is going to mutate to the point that it can't withstand any light from the sun. And this way the instantaneous burn come in. This is where the movie Dracula comes into play. This is why I know that Trump is the last president. And what color tie Trump is always wearing? The red one. And what is his running mate wearing now? Blue, red and blue Kachina. And what do the Republicans? Red state. Every state is a red state. This represents the red sun. Trump is the trumpet. He's the sound of the alarm to retreat or prepare for war. What is the red planet? The red planet is the purifier to cleanse up all darkness. And what is this entity have it do everything in reverse? The universe does everything for creativity. This entity does everything in reverse for darkness. So now get prepared for the collapse of the money. Get prepared for the light, the power to go out. Get prepared for food shortages. Get prepared for famine. Get prepared for all of these things. This is what we have to go through, because right now the purifier is here to get all darkness off the planet, and this entity want darkness here. Pause. So okay, let's look at this graph real quick, my people. Now I told you, this is the sun. The sun is spiraling counterclockwise. This is stereo A, stereo B. The green one is the planet. Same thing over here. The planet, the sun. Same thing over here. The planet, the sun. The sun, the planet, stereo A, stereo B. The top is for density. The bottom is for solar. The top is for, let me make sure. The top is for density, right? And the bottom is for solar velocity. Now, density means the size of the particles, how large the particle is, and velocity is the speed. And I'll show you this when I show you solar wind. So here we go right here. Let's look at this right here together. We go push play. Boom. They calling this a cannibal CME. Why do they call these cannibal CMEs? Because somebody's going to be eating each other. That's why. Look at this coming off the sun. Look at this. Huh? Look at this. Woo! So the 29th and the 30th, July 29th and 30th, we are going to get hit, and then follow behind another one. Follow behind that. Look, so on the 29th and the 30th, as you can look up here in the top right-hand corner, these are the dates. Time and date. And look at this. Look at this. They calling it a cannibal CME. Why do they calling these cannibal CMEs? Because when the power go out, they know, and no food shortage, they know people are going to be eating each other. I know people get mad at me because they don't want to deal with reality. But again, I'm not looking to be right. I'm looking to move in righteousness. And by me moving in righteousness, I see this happening because it's in your history. As you did before, you're going to do it again. They cannot help what they're going to do. Again, that one P36 chromosome that's going to be deleted, look it up. One P36 chromosome. Look what takes place when that chromosome is no longer active. And I told you, ultraviolet light is what? That's where they get CRISPR from. CRISPR is the splice and take genetic information in and take genetic information out. But the only way you can do that is you have to use ultraviolet light. So-called black people understand what we have. We produce what we call neuromelanin. Neuromelanin is condensed sunlight. Our cells are coated and protected with that. So you can't put genetic information in there and switch our phenotype, meaning the way we look. You can't give us tails and hairs and shit of animals and stuff like that. What you can do is you can affect us and have things attached to our cells, attached to our body, like the antigens of the same species that was raping us. Understand, these people have zebrafish in them. These people have wolf. These people have dog. These people have chicken. These people have pig. Now these people was raping us for so long, and now they got us on the same food plan that they was raping us with. What you think is going to take place with us? Of course, these antibodies are going to have residual effects and break our immune system down and make us more acceptable to viruses and diseases. But when we eat healthy and eat the sun, what takes place? What takes place? Understand and overstand, my people, why they calling this. I value and I appreciate you. I can't do no more than 14 minutes and some change because they won't let this load up. So I gotta load this video up. I value and I appreciate y'all all. The sun is separating us. And what I told you, the only true blood is sun blood.